Each week on this video, we'll give you sneaky waiver wire ads that you can pick up and add to your roster this week, heading into week 8. I'm Alan Seslowsky along with Jeff Erickson from RotoWire.com. And watch this video to the end for a bonus sneaky ad. Jeff, who's going to be your first sneaky ad heading into week 8?
We've got the pitching prospect of the week. This week, it's Eury Pérez of the Miami Marlins. And he might be the best prospect of the entire bunch that's been called up so far. You know, depending on how you feel about Brandon Pfaadt or depending on how you feel about Tanner Bybee, I think Eury Pérez is the guy that was rated the highest of all these guys coming in. The Marlins are giving him the call. Great strikeout rate throughout the minors. The question for him a little bit is durability. You know, he only threw like 75 innings last year. Much like Mason Miller on the A's, you worry about that a little bit there. Can he get stretched out? Can they let him throw enough to deep enough into games to get wins? And does he pitch all season long? Now, the second part I worry less about because, hey, you know, you get a guy that's a difference maker for 3 months. That's good enough. So go after and go get him. 6'8" guy, 220, throws mid to high 90s, has 4 pitches. His delivery is hard to pick up. He comes up on people pretty quickly.
All right, Jeff, who's going to be your second sneaky ad heading into week 8?
We're going to talk Oakland here for a second. Ryan Noda, first baseman for the Oakland A's. What if I told you he's got a 429 on base percentage after over 100 plate appearances so far? Nobody's talking about Ryan Noda. You know, a lot of people are talking Brent Rooker. I get it. But Noda, I mean, he's kind of under the radar. He has 3 homers. And here's the problem is the A's stink on ice. So he has 10 RBI with all of his good his OBP. But he scored 21 runs. So the A's, I mean, they are scoring a modicum of runs. Where they're special bad is their pitching. But as far as their hitting goes, I mean, they can scrape together some good games here and there. If you need help at first base, you missed out on Matt Mervis, go get Ryan Noda a lot cheaper.
Who's going to be your third sneaky ad this week?
The Giants called up Casey Schmitt, who has mostly been a third baseman throughout his prospect career, but he's been playing a lot of shortstop upon getting the call. Homered in his debut. He's not super fast, so you're not going to get a ton of stolen bases, but quickly you might get dual eligibility at shortstop and third base. Some power. He's about a top 100 prospect in James Anderson's prospect rankings. How many times have we complained about, oh, there's all these pitching prospects? Well, here's the hitting prospects. The Giants are kind of tired of the Brandon Crawford experience. They tried to replace him in the offseason with Carlos Correa and then backed away from the altar. Schmidt's a good guy to try to go out and get this week.
Fab suggestion?
I'd go about 10% of my fab budget there.
Okay, your fourth sneaky ad heading into this week.
Mike Soroka isn't coming back this week for the Braves. He's going to make another rehab start instead of going to Canada with the team. With Max Fried out multiple months, with a number of other injuries in this rotation, there are spots to be had. Soroka's going to be coming back pretty soon. You're not going to get huge strikeout numbers. In fact, there's a concern of what he's going to do after being gone for multiple years with these injuries. But you certainly could do worse on a team environment than go with the Braves. I think Soroka is going to be a guy that could be pretty important to them down the stretch. He'll have to compete with Jared Schuster, Dylan Dodd for one of those 2 remaining rotation spots. Kyle Wright's going to be out even longer probably than Fried. So that's 2 spots that are open right now. I think Soroka fills one of them and fills them pretty well.
Who's our fifth sneaky ad that we're giving the people here heading into week 8?
If you missed out on some of the hitting prospects last week, Gavin Sheets isn't a big name prospect, but Eloy Jimenez is out 4 to 6 weeks with that emergency appendectomy. Sheets has some power. He'll be a risk in batting average, but you know, all ports in a storm. You're just trying to find some outfield power. Gavin Sheets is a guy you can go get, and you can get him cheaply.
Since you watched this video to the end, we're going to give you a bonus sneaky ad.
And it's going to be a pair of pitchers. It's going to be in the Washington Nationals bullpen. Yes, we're talking about the Nationals here, and they may not be a great team. They still get some saves here and there, and I think Kyle Finnegan's not long for the job. So if you want to speculate, Hunter Harvey and Mason Thompson are 2 guys to pay attention to. Harvey did get the save over the weekend against Arizona when Finnegan had pitched 3 out of 4 days and had blown a save the day before. So he's probably the guy that gets added more often. Thompson, you can get absolutely free. Go get him for your minimum unit and fab. I think he's as good of a pitcher. The question is usage, obviously. What do the Nats think? That's really the question. So I think Mason Thompson could be the better of the 2 pitchers. Harvey might get the role first. Either way, go get them before they make a change with Finnegan. Get them on the cheap. You don't want to have to bid 10% of your budget later on a guy that might be a part-time guy.
If you enjoy videos like this, consider hitting the like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to get notifications when we put up new videos every day, every week on the RotoWire YouTube page. And right now, we're going to give you 2 days to peek behind the RotoWire paywall for free. Just put in your email, go to rotowire.com/try.